Even though Coral Island is still in very early access, that didn't stop me from doing a challenge run. I decided to earn 1 million gold within the first year. It should be noted this playthrough was done in the 0.1 update, aka the very first version of early access. Though when this video releases, the game has updated to the 0.2 version, which adds some great new content like new fish and fossils to discover, but also turns it a bit too much into a waiting game when making artisan goods. We still have a long road ahead until the 1.0 version, so I'm not worried yet and hope they'll rebalance the balance. Now, forget all that and let's suffer together in early 0.1 version hell. This was only my second playthrough, and on my first one I managed to earn about 550,000 gold in 1.5 years. Still, I'm confident enough that this is doable. Do I have a plan? Sweetie.
I don't even have a plan.
Well, okay, I do have some global ideas what to focus on. I realized that to make this even remotely work, I'll need to get to rank C by mid-autumn to unlock the greenhouse in time. I also know that making artisan goods will sell for the most money, so my focus will be on that. I just mean I didn't make entire spreadsheet which crop would be most profitable to plant. That part is all based on my knowledge of my first playthrough. I make my farmer and call them Millionaire because we might as well gaslight ourselves into becoming one. And I call my farm Time Panic, assuming we'll get a lot of that in this playthrough. The very beginning isn't different from any other playthrough. I focus on my farm, buy some crops and scamper across the island, introducing myself and picking up all scavengeables. Day 3 is a guaranteed rainy day, so the game can introduce you to the fishing and catching mechanic. Gameplay! I get the net and fishing pole from Eleanor and Sunny and start collecting. The thing about spring is, we will not make a lot of money this month. That's why I'll use spring to try and focus on filling the museum, clearing the ocean and mine as deeply as I can. This will help me later on when my focus will be on making bank. Hilariously enough, I get into the town from the wrong side because I enter the pufferfish building and meet Karen before I get the cutscene with the angry mob. Then I make my way over to the museum and immediately donate all the fish and bugs I caught yesterday. I realize I haven't finished the Making Friends quest and just throw trash at whoever is nearest. They all hate me for it, but it does count towards the quest line. Excellent. I catch a bug while it's actively fleeing, go 5 levels into the mines and craft my first kiln and bee house. The first of many. I invest in daisies, get more collectibles for the museum and have insufficient funds for the basic scarecrow at Ben's caravan. 3 potatoes sold later, I buy it anyway. I would give you the tip that you should instantly buy a basic scarecrow from Ben's in the first week. But in the 0.2 version, the basic scarecrow hasn't as big a grid, and Ben only sells rare crows. The meta is constantly changing, folks, that's early access for ya. On day 8 I unlock the pier and lake temple, and the next day I finish the first offering and heal 5 coral reefs, and that's how I reach rank E. Energy depletion is still such a thing early game. Usually I manage to bring enough food with me, but I do get stuck on the other side of town with no scavengeables inside. Dipper and even Mayor Connor don't give a shit that I look like a zombie. Thanks, guys! I woke up the only one that I have ever known. My spring method should be pretty clear by now. Catch as many fish and bugs, mine and dive. That's how I spend the next week or so until on day 15 I've gathered a bunch of gems and artifacts and easily reach 50 items in the museum. I start spending a significant time in the spa now as that gives me free energy. It takes a while, but I'm on 50% game speed, so it's beneficial. I also love checking in on Takaba. I give him a bamboo shoot as a present, to which he says, "Thank you, I'll eat this for dinner." Is he a panda? This panda? Anyway, I spend day 16 in the mines, clear 15 levels of the earth mine and unlock the first 5 floors of the water mine. Yes, all in one day, 50% game speed is OP, I've been saying this. The next day my 5th bronze kelp essence is finished and I go to Link's laboratory for the seed upgrade. This should help us get through the turtles blocking our way in the ocean. All bronze ores I mined the previous day I use on 2 kilns and 7 more bee houses. I buy a coop, which for the life of me I can't place. Please make this process smoother, devs, this is torture. And 2 days later I get a silver cucumber even before I get the upgrade from Lang later that day. Thank you, quality fertilizer, coming in clutch. I get the house upgrade and unlock the new area in the ocean. I don't have the bronze quality potato yet, but I have no doubt I'll get one before the end of the season, which I do on day 25. I also noticed that my seeds already say it's rank D, but when I go to Town Hall, I see I'm very close, but I don't have the checkmark yet. Not sure if this is a bug, but oh well. I buy 3 chicklets named Frio, Cooper and Hans, and a chicken named Bust. Why these names? Because it was the first thing that came to mind. I don't know. Give me a random name generator in game. I can't name animals. On day 22, I get my bigger house, and the next day I excitedly turn on the TV for the latest Tuesday Core shopping episode. And I twirl circles of joy when I get the grill, the best cooking utensil I could get. Unbeknownst to you, I have been saving up most of my duplicate fish and bugs for this very moment. Let the riveting game content begin. So, if you watch this when the game is no longer in this version of early access, you might be wondering why the hell I do everything manually and not by recipe. Well, it's because I cannot do it any other way. It does not save any recipes you discovered yourself. And while this is extremely tedious, it definitely is worth it for the money, as I earn 14k on dishes at the end of that day. I now am a high enough level that it allows me to buy a stone chest. This is not remotely relevant to you, but it is to me. Oh my god, I finally have space to store all my junk. Oh, and all my chicklets have also grown up. This is a great day indeed. With the amount of money I made from dishes, I get a barn and buy 4 cows and call them Zip, Zap, Sop and Zap. I want to get a bronze quality large milk as soon as I can, but I invest in baby cows as they are cheaper and we need more hearts with them anyway before we get a large milk. At the end of the season, I also fish this son of a gun out of the trash, which I didn't get in my first playthrough, and drop it off in the museum. Did that fish push me over the edge, or did I just need to wait for the next season? I don't know, but it is summer day 1 and I get to rank D. I am, unfortunately, 950,000 gold away from my goal, and only have 3 months to fix it. That's why I buy a shit ton of seeds and get to work. I clear out a lot of space on my farm, not even using a remotely optimal method, and I don't care. On Wednesday the museum has its grand new opening and my cows are grown. The rest of the day I dive into the mine and clear 10 levels, getting to level 30 of the water gate. It's pretty frustrating though to waste so much energy on hitting rocks, so I decide to upgrade my pickaxe. With my brand new bronze pickaxe I clear the giant rock thanks to a cheesy early access bug and get 10 golden ores. On day 8 there's a storm on the islands and it ruins some crops and a bit of my farm. I comb the beach to try and get some library books to no avail. I finished the summer Sasajan the next day and hit 100k that night. Hey Millionaire, Sam here. Thanks for all the bronze quality fruit and vegetables. Could you get me some eggs and done, what else? I buy a ceramic bowl and reach the bottom of the water gate. I finish the night by making 37 purees. I'm beginning to regret the decision to turn my cheaper crops into dishes, but we gotta make that million somehow. I pick up the quality hay upgrade at Link's lab and then finally get a bronze quality large milk. I immediately rush to the ocean to clear all 20 solar orbs. Now I can access the lower ocean areas and gather silver kelp. I've been so sick of watering my crops one by one and cannot wait to get some damn sprinklers installed. On day 15 I buy a bunch of gold kelp for 4 sprinklers with 8x8 tile range and get the cutscene with a T-posing Sam where his red eyes stare into my soul and talks to me about placeholder text. See ya! I upgrade my bag a final time and thanks to my diving adventures I get a few more artifacts. Tuesday is core shopping day and I luck out and get a chef's knife. This is the utensil we need to turn my vegetables into fresh salads and I'm ready for it. I find my last item for the ocean scavengeables and clear my 4th offering category. By day 21 I finish all solar orbs and I'm confident I only need the 5th offering to get rank C. I wake up to a letter saying I made 250,000. We're beyond proud of you, Millionaire. Love, Grandma. Oh, I see how it is. You don't believe in me, do you, Grandma? You're even sending me pity money because you think I can't make it. Well, I'll show you all. Now, hold up. 250,000 gold? How in the hell did I make that much already? I didn't do that much different from spring, right? There must be something else that I did to fill those many sunny summer hours. And I must commend you for your cleverness, because most of my time this season I spent catching sharks! Sharks! Shark, 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 sharks, shark, 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 sharks, shark. A normal quality great white shark sells for 845 gold, and the price only gets up from there. Between 8 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, you can catch these bad boys near Zara's boat, and it's basically the only fish that spawns during those hours. Every sunny day this season, you could see me at that dock reeling in one shark after the other, hauling in 4, 6, 12, 15 sharks a day. Sharks! 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 Jim asked if we are catching any salmon. No, we literally cannot do that. It's not in this version, you silly. Instead, we are catching sharks. Sharks! 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 I catch a total of 166 sharks and sell them for 142,302 gold. This is amazing. This is the meta. This is totally what you need to... The developers nerfed the spawn rate? Yeah, that's totally fair. This feature was so goddamn broken. Since it's the end of the summer, I need to start prepping for the next season. I clear more space and bomb where necessary. I start clearing the mines for bronze ore as I need it for both kegs and bee houses. We'll need a ton more of those if we ever want to get to our goal. Whatever energy I have left at night, I'll use to cook some meals. I also buy a blender so I can finally cook some cheap fruit for a smoothie. I buy a cellular mill for easier hay access. I start cutting every 3 in the area as it will reset entirely for the next season. Shockingly, this is sounding like I'm having a plan. I know, it scares me too. Since on day 27 the weather reports say it will rain the next day, this Saturday will be the last day we can go shark fishing. I catch 14 of them and say goodbye to my money-making friends. The last day of summer, I give Yuri her present and spend a ton of money on gold kelps to get some quality sprinklers. Look at this setup! Thanks to my lucrative and now illegal shark fishing hustle, I earn a total of 370,000 gold by the end of summer. You'd think on the halfway point I'd have 500,000 gold, but while summer was shark season, fall stands for alcohol. Yep, I need to start investing so much in kegs because wine and sake season is on its way. When I wake up, I see that the weather in fall is cancelled. Alright. Well, I'm not gonna let that stop me. I clear whatever debris is on my farm from the season switch and head over to Sam's. To make money, you need to spend money. At least that's the lie rich people tell, because they have enough of a buffer to throw away money like that. What I'm saying is, I buy a bunch of seeds with a special focus on flowers, rice and grapes. And you'd think that's my entire day, right? Wrong. I uncover more artifacts, get this adorable cutscene with Eva, I won't spoil any further and grab a few more seeds. Now comes the second part of my fall strategy, scavenging. In fall there's a chance the rare Titan Arum spawns. This is an insane scavenger ball that you can make into honey, earning you at the base price 3,000 gold. On the first day I have massive luck and find 2. So the basic plan is to clear as much scavenger ball spawn as possible each day, in the hopes we rotate our spawn quickly and get to harvest as many of these insane flowers as possible. My coop gets upgraded and I get 4 chicklets and call them Pip, Pop, Pap and Pop. I upgrade the barn, do a bit of fishing and gather some more trash in the ocean that I need for scrap. Oh, did I say I completed all solar orbs? Oops, guess I was wrong. Well, I clear the area and now should have completed all solar orbs. The next day I wake up to a cutscene with Yuri and some mail. Let's see. Greetings, Millionaire. I'm very pleased to announce that Scarlet Town has gained a C rank? Wait, I thought that was impossible with only 4 offering bundles complete and needed 5. Well, throw all other plans out of the way. We need to get those special fall seeds for the winter Sasaja at Sam's, and fuck, it's Wednesday!
The next day.
Thursday's child has places to be, bitch. Open up! With 24 seeds each, I expand my farm even more and decide I should start cooking all my cheap produce. This leads to riveting gameplay consisting of pressing buttons over and over again and waiting in a spa. I make 132 salads while feeling dead inside and go to bed. The next day I get 4 more cows and call them Lep, Lip, Lop and Lup and decide to get it over with and cook all my leftover summer crops. And you should know that the gameplay for this single day was an hour long. I cook and I go to the spa and then I cook more and I have to do so many single clicks and it is so mind-bogglingly boring to do this all one by one over 200 times in a row. At this point, I am begging the universe to strike me with lightning. But I push through for the sake of this challenge and end up with 153 green smoothies, 41 smoothies, 4 fresh salads, and 16 buck jerkies cooked in a single day. Was it worth the suffering? No, not one single bit. But I did it. I did it for the content and the 38k I get by the end of the day. The next few days I do my usual scavenging rotation around the island in hopes for a Titan Aram and dive in a mine for as much bronze ore as possible. On day 7 my first orchids and rice are grown and drop them in the fall bundle, and on day 9 I reach the 500k benchmark and receive the silver seed upgrade from Ling. This will even further help improve the crop quality and will end up giving even better quality wine and sake. I rank up my ranch level and get access to the loom. This one I'll need for the winter, so it's a good thing I unlocked it already. I do little to strain from my daily routine. I remember to give Theo something for his birthday, and after my daily scavenging rotation, I trade the mines in for the ocean. At this point I'm really noticing the limits of the current gameplay. I need way more trash, but it barely spawns in the ocean. Converting my trash into scrap is the only way I can get some more scrap in this version, so I'll need to be far more creative with how I earn money. I also turn in a pumpkin, completing the fall sessagen and fairy rose on day 11, and a garlic and watermelon on day 12. All I need now is wait for it to turn winter to get to the greenhouse. Easy. I collect that gold quality Titan Aram, but that's when my luck regarding the Titan starts to dry up. Even worse luck is that I cannot escape the cooking if I want to get to 1 million. So besides my farming, ranching, scavenging and diving routine, I need to add cooking back on that list now that most fall crops are grown. I craft a third yogurt machine, add another row to my kegs and spend the rest of the day blending 85 green smoothies together because I hate myself. On day 18 I buy even more seeds, focusing all my efforts on rice and dahlias now. I also buy 24 grape seeds to plant in a greenhouse next season. Hey, you finished those 85 green smoothies I gave you yesterday? Great. Here's 136 fresh salads. Chop chop, I'll be back with more tomorrow. I received a hay upgrade from Ling, hoping my animal produce will become even better quality, and I finally get another Titan Aram. Hey, how are those salads coming along? You're full? Well, tough shit, here comes dessert, 36 smoothies and 53 green ones. What do you mean you've died of overeating? Fine. You get out of your food coma, I need to get more bronzos anyway. 93 bronzos later and I craft 6 additional bay houses, and with a day's earning of 18k, I officially hit the 750k benchmark. Since the stock in succulent pan seems to keep rotating back to the seasoning set, I decide to buy it in the hopes I'll get a better utensil next week. I wandered the island for more scavengables, but not much has spawned. Wait, do the little sprouts take over forage spawn spots? Shit. I didn't really pay attention to them, but I better start digging them up too, just in case. Oh look, it's the internet funny number. At this point, I'm actually running out of spaces in the shipping bin and have to prioritize what I sell. I finished the day by crafting my 3 sprinklers and hoeing the land in preparation for winter. The final day before the season change, I chop all wood in the area so it can respawn tomorrow and scavenge for a final Titan arrow to no avail. Oh look, it's the funny num. My mind-numbing cooking efforts have paid off as I wake up on winter 1 with a total of 880k earned and 1 more season to become a full-fledged millionaire. Since I'm rank C, I get to access the 3 winter crops. The snowdrop that costs 45 gold per seeds but sells honey for 300 gold base price, which is a good range of profit, but a seed takes 12 days to grow and then it takes another 9 days in the bee house. Considering I still have about 500 flowers backlogged in my chest waiting to be processed into honey, I don't think I should invest too heavily in snowdrops. Then there's the tea leaf that costs 25 gold per seed and sells for 70 gold if processed through the keg. It takes 11 days to grow and only needs 6 hours in the kegs, but I prefer to prioritize my wine and sake production for some big bucks. So that leaves me with the cotton seed, which is the most expensive winter seed at 60 gold, but its cloth sells for 140 gold. Not the best, you'd say, but the seed only takes 9 days to grow and only needs 12 hours on the loom. Since it's the only production currently available for the loom, I decide to heavily invest in the cotton seeds. Wait, how many tiles do I even have for crops? Let's see, I have 11 sprinklers that cover 8 tiles. And then I have the 24 tile sprinklers and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 30 of those. Okay. So I need to end up buying at least 808 seeds. I get the kale and Brussels sprouts, finishing the first temple and rewarding me with the unlocked greenhouse. And some roots get retracted. I doubt that's in the game yet. I start laying out the greenhouse grid and I need a bunch of scrap for the sprinklers, so the next few days you can find me in the ocean looking for trash. Once that's finished, I go into the mines to get me some iron ore so I can craft my first loom. I also explored this unlocked area because I was wrong and it is actually implemented already in the game. You can get some ginseng here, which stats in pickled form are absolutely great, and I will start using these for my deep dives. On my way out, I pick up a Rafflesia. You might be wondering why I'm not combing the island for Rafflesia the way I did for the Titan Arrows in fall. The Rafflesia sells for just as much gold as the Arrows do, after all. Well, it might be just my impression, but I believe the spawn rate of scavengeables in winter is lower than the spawn rate in fall. So there are less spots a scavengeable could appear and therefore less likely for the rare Rafflesia to spawn. But hey, if I find one, I obviously block it. On day 8 the first cotton crops come in, and because I used some additional fertilizer, there's even a few osmium quality ones. And osmium quality is always double the base price, so this is fantastic. I dump even more items in the museum and dive some more and craft 2 additional looms. All my hard work pays off as the next morning, day 9 of winter, I wake up having earned 1 million gold. I'm reaching my goal of earning 1 million gold in the first year of Core Island. But wait, that doesn't feel satisfying. You don't go proclaiming you're a millionaire and then say, oh no, I meant I've earned $1 million over a lifetime. Fuck that. A real millionaire has actually $1 million in the bank. That's why, even though it took us 3 full months to get here and I've already completed over 75% of the year, I am going to use these last 19 days to earn 440,000 more gold and become a real goddamn millionaire. Can it be done? Hell if I know, but nobody is going to watch a half an hour long video with a mediocre challenge run anyone can complete. You want the creator to sweat, do something seemingly impossible. And well, fuck it, I'm 54 hours in the run and I might as well go all in now. This decision makes the time creep become real, and I have to make more difficult choices. When do I stop buying seeds? Should I go for the more profitable artisan goods like wine that takes longer to complete? Or should I go all in for the slightly less profitable but faster to produce goods? I'm not sure what to do anymore and I'm terrified. So, this is how I spend the following 10 days. It takes about half a day to do everything on my farm. Harvest my crops, plant new ones, make sure all bee houses and kegs are filled to the max, care for my animals and get their produce. Then I go to the forest area for some ginseng and either dive or mine the resources I need to get even more kegs and bee houses. At night I visit the forest area once again in hopes I encounter the ghost who randomly drops some pears and cocoa beans. Just for the heck of it. Whatever energy I have left over at night I spend cooking crops, bugs or scavengeables to add to the money counter. And I make sure to always insert the highest possible quality first. It will make the most money without actually costing me more time. On day 20, I hit the benchmark of 75k in the bank. So we need to make 250k in 8 days. That's about 32k a day. So far, I have not been hitting that. I don't even hit it that night when I earn only 20k. Which means more diving, adding more machines on my lot and cooking whatever the hell I can scavenge on the island. Thanks to a large harvest of sake and snowdrop honey and my additional cooking efforts, I make up for the loss yesterday. But I know this is going to be tight. The next morning I get a letter from my old boss, who just wants to check up on me. Oh, now you mail me. I'm sure this has nothing to do with the near million on my bank account. Get lost, Lance, you're no longer part of my narrative. With the limited spots available in the selling bin, I need to be smarter what products I'll sell each day. It takes 7 days to turn grapes into wine, so I decide to turn my lowest quality grapes into jam. I also will never be able to work my way through my entire cotton collection by turning it into cloth. So the lower quality of those I ship off raw. This works, and I end up earning 51k that night. Okay, I can do this. Just 80k to go. I need to start selling off more raw materials now in case I don't have enough room in the selling bin on the last day. I craft my final 2 kegs this run and do what I do best. Cooking. All scavengeables left in my chest are getting blended, stone gets turned into glass, and I decide to sacrifice my kelp for the greater good and hope for the best. And oh well, fuck me, why did I sell my kelp then? I never should have wasted my resources there. Well, with only 1k left to go, I am safe selling off even more of my final resources and can jog my way to the finish line. At the end of day 26, I earned 35k, and at the start of day 27, I officially have 1 million gold in the bank, living up to my namesake. I am freed of cooking, freed of all tedious and manual tasks, and I don't know what to do anymore with my life. All this time I had a purpose, which now is gone. I walk aimlessly around the island, no longer having a spark behind my step. What else is there left to do? Supporting your local businesses, of course. Something, trickle-down economy, right? Isn't that what rich people always tell us will save the economy? Well, call me a hero because I'm about to spend some big bucks. Ben, my pretentious stoner, I'll buy your useless stamina fruit for 22.5k so you can buy yourself a heater for that tin can you call a home. Or buy a jacket at the very least. How much can that cost? I don't know, I'm rich now. Okay, what else? Antonio, I have never cared for you or your shop, but I'll buy the most expensive clothes I can get my hand on. This is what rich people do, right? Grab expensive shit off the rack without rhyme or reason. Color coordination, clothes matching, never heard of it. I'm rich now, whatever I wear becomes fashion. Okay, where can I splurge some more money? Right, the hair salon, let's get a haircut. Wait, oh shit, you can get gender surgery in Starlet Town for just 500 gold? I entered the New Year's Eve party with my brand new look, knowing only one opinion matters. Hi Leia, do you like my... Oh. Well, I enjoyed my night out anyway, and when I turn in for the night... Oh. Guess who has exquisite style after all, huh, Leia? Make up your mind, you big flirt. And there you have it. I became an actual millionaire within the first year of Core Island. I earned over 1.5 million in total, and I am going to collapse on the floor now. Goodbye.